Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. And we always like to get our updates from Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office, whatever we can. We welcome back to the show Captain Brendan Mathern. Captain Mathern, thank you for joining us again this week. We appreciate it.
Oh, happy to be here.
Yeah, I know there's a lot going on. You were kind of mentioning we're kind of catching you everywhere here, but you know what? Bottom line is when we're keeping people safe, we got to go out and make sure that we're taking care of that wherever we can. So we appreciate it.
Not a problem. Happy to be of service.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about these two that were arrested on this ongoing narcotics investigation.
Absolutely. Our narcotics agents have been conducting a narcotics investigation since November of last year. They were looking into illegal drug sales in the central and southern part of Lafourche Parish. They pinpointed multiple individuals and residents involved in illegal drug transactions. They obtained several search warrants. I mean, it's a very thorough job here for residents, vehicles, electronic medium, and even DNA. And that has those searches have resulted in a number of seizures and a variety of narcotics. A couple of firearms have also been seized. And most productively, they've resulted in multiple arrest warrants. We have made and served two of those warrants. That includes 50-year-old Brian Wright of Gray and 48-year-old Richard Commonell Jr. of La Rose. Both of these individuals have been arrested as part of this investigation. Wright was arrested earlier this month. He was booked on multiple charges. His counts include 2 counts of distribution of meth, possession with intent to distribute meth, illegal carrying of a weapon in the presence of drugs, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and even possession of drug paraphernalia. His bail is set at $175,500. He's also being held as a parole violator. Commodell, meanwhile, he was most recently arrested. That happened on Monday. He was booked on a warrant for distribution of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. His bail is set at $100,000. Now, Keith, this is just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak, with this investigation. Sitting and talking with our narcotics agents yesterday, they have put a lot of work into this case. There are more arrests coming, and you can bet on it that we'll have an update on this case, including more of about the seizures and guns that we've taken into possession. But again, we're hoping that this makes a dent in the drug distribution in the southern and central portions of Lafourche Parish.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where we're always checking. Look, you know, our investigators and certainly Lieutenant Adam Dufresne and the narcotics section commander, they are always looking at avenues to get drugs off the street. It's something that they do day and night to make sure that that's happening. And for them to really spend this much time and energy kind of knowing and seeing where those drugs are coming from, I love the fact that we've got 2 and we got a lot more coming, because that's what we need to do to make sure the streets are safer.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are all over the place. They have their ears to the ground. Look, we understand drugs is one of the biggest issues that we have in Lafourche Parish, and we're well aware of that, and so is Lieutenant Dufresne. In fact, Lieutenant Dufresne just left my office. We were talking with the new police chief in Golden Meadow, Chief Michelle Lafont, and look, we're working with all of our jurisdictions, all of our municipalities to try to put it in. Really, our narcotics agents are investigating throughout the parish and trying to, because let's face it, like these crimes, definitely cross over jurisdictions. So, but look, the good part is Lieutenant Adam Dufresne has made himself very publicly available. Anybody wishing to report any kind of suspicious activity can contact him directly directly. And all that information is on our website on every drug news release that we do. But you can call Lieutenant Dufresne directly at 532-4365 or email him at adam-dufresne@lpso.net. And as always, Keith, we always accept information about drugs anonymously through Bayou Region Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, at 1-800-743-7433. So we appreciate that. Can you tell us a little bit of an update as we transition now to the middle of Mardi Gras? Last weekend we had a few changes, but just a little bit of an update from your stance from law enforcement about how things are going with Mardi Gras in Lafourche Parish.
Yeah, so far so good. Like you mentioned, we had a few parades either canceled or moved. What that has done from a law enforcement perspective is it means we can now take those resources and deputies that we had assigned to those particular parades on that particular day and relocate them and move them to others. So we're able to bolster numbers throughout all of the rest of our remaining parades, including the 4 on Mardi Gras Day, kind of pulling some of those assets off of those parades from this past Sunday that were moved or canceled. You'll see a much larger police presence, for example, in the city of Thibodaux for the remaining parades, as we put a lot more deputies on foot patrol for those particular parades. You'll see just an increased presence. Again, nothing to be worried or concerned about. That they're there to protect you and make sure that you have a nice family atmosphere, peaceful atmosphere for you and your family to come out and enjoy those Mardi Gras parades. So we appreciate the public that to try as we try to get through this Mardi Gras season without much issues. So far, so good, and we look forward to having a great weekend and a great Mardi Gras day.
Yeah, well, we certainly very much appreciate those logistical changes. I love the fact that you guys at the sheriff's office can kind of pivot and say, oh, good, we can use resources here now. We can use resources here now. And again, that comes with such great communication with the municipalities within Lafourche Parish, as well as the entire parish embracing that. As always, Captain Thurm, we thank you very much for your time. Thank you for spending so much time with us here this week on HTV. Enjoy your Mardi Gras. Thanks for keeping everybody safe on those routes.
All right, same to you, Keith. I hope everyone has a happy Mardi Gras.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. A lot more Bayou time. We continue.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.